All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back. I'm here again, like every Thursday, and I'm going to ask you just to give us about 30 seconds to a minute while people get here, and then we can dive in with my awesome guest today. All right. We'll see you back in just a minute. Alrighty, so I think it looks like people are trickling in. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to DSSBreak. I'm here live every Thursday to talk about data science experiences and best practices with leading data professionals in a 15-minute break. I'm Anna Anderson, CEO and founder of Formulated By, home of the Data Science Salon, and I'm streaming here from our HQ at Formulated By, located in the heart of Miami in the Design District. Today, I'm really excited to welcome my guest, Dine Selvig, who is a lead AI scientist at Matter. And Matter is a Copenhagen-based company that provides a platform able to analyze portfolios and give investors insights into the sustainability of their investments. Dines leads machine learning development at the company, and I'm really excited to learn more about how AI can help make more sustainable investments. Welcome, Dines. I'm really happy to have you here with us.
I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself and first of all, a little bit about your background before we dive into the questions.
Yes. So I have a kind of soft education in a normal computer science and have focused a lot on human-computer interaction and how AI plays into that as well. And also a lot of game development. But for the past 3 years, I've worked at Matter, kind of like a 50-50% split between software engineering and creating our AI systems, and have now, as we grow, go into a more fully fledged AI role.
Cool. That's really awesome. So you have a gaming background, it sounds like, and I see a cool chair behind you too. That's
Yes,
cool.
exactly.
Actually, I haven't come across anybody with a gaming background, so that's super interesting. Maybe we could talk a little bit more about Matter too. Matter claims to help investors understand the environment and social impact of their portfolios. What factors matter when defining if investment is sustainable or not?
Yeah, it's a big question, and of course, a lot of factors are important.
People would make a lot of money if they knew that.
So we look at the sustainability in kind of a very broad sense, and we examine how companies is conducting their business and how their products are and how they impact the people and the planet that we live on. So amongst other things, we usually look at the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals that I think almost everyone knows, and then identifying what kind of factors to assess on a company from those. So we look at everything between CO2 emissions, renewable energy, whether or not a company has a strategy for living up to the Paris Agreement, for example. If they have any responsible sourcing practices in the supply chains, if they're involved in corruption, stuff like that. And we have more than 400 different sustainability factors that we use when we assess a company if they're sustainable or not.
Wow, that's a lot of different factors. No, thanks for sharing that. How do you use machine learning techniques to make portfolio screenings?
Yeah, so we have, of course, different products as well. We don't use machine learning directly and when we screen a portfolio, but we use machine learning a lot for creating all the data behind it
Mhm.
and making linking data records in our backend systems. So that's where we use AI a lot. One of those systems could be one of our fuzzy matching systems. Matching data on company names is quite tricky, and they every time, so you don't link data to a different company than they should be. So we have a neural network for that. Usually you would go with some kind of text matching algorithm or something like that. But we needed something that was faster and more accurate, and that's why we created this name matching solution. And we use that because we get a lot of data from different providers, and you're only usually in the form of a name and some data, and we then need to link records that way.
Got it. And speaking of data sources, are you always using data that's publicly available, or you have access to some data sets that are private too?
Yeah, so we have a lot of different sources, definitely 100 sources that we get. Lots of different data. Some are publicly and some are paid, but we work a lot with NGOs and academia as well, nonprofits that are domain experts within a given area. Could be deforestation or human rights, fossil fuels, stuff like that. And then, of course, we have some, usually paid services around financial reference data and stuff like that, and some of our impact, like getting CO2 emissions. But they're usually also generally available from company reports and the like. So
Right.
yeah, a lot of different data sets.
Cool. Yeah. And I think, again, now we can maybe talk a little bit about greenwashing and how can that be challenging when measuring how sustainable a company really is. How does this affect when you're building a machine learning model?
Yeah, so one of the challenges we have with one of our products called the SG Signals, which is a sentiment analysis of global news surrounding companies. And here, greenwashing can be quite tricky. We go above and beyond, basically, to source annotators for our when we create our data sets. We I think spend and use a lot more time in this step than usual companies do. So recruiting the right people with academic backgrounds, with knowledge within the area that are quite deep within sustainable finance, which is also kind of fuzzy. And then, of course, usually greenwashing is mostly from a specific company and not all the news sources in the world. So we have also kind of the effect, it's called wisdom of the crowd. So usually all the good voices will drown the others when you look at the whole world of global news. So we usually can filter it out in the end.
Cool. No, that's good to hear that, we're moving towards being able to do that with technology.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going to be giving a presentation at the Virtual NLP Summit next week, which is going to be hosted by John Snow Labs. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about your presentation without giving too much away so people can join next week?
Yes. At the NLP Summit, I will go into more depth of our NLP system. We touched upon some of them today, but and then I'll talk about the problems that we've been facing from starting a project to get a product running completely automatic. So kind of an end-to-end of a machine learning product in our space and the challenges that we have.
Cool.
So I think it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm really excited. And thank you so much for joining us today, Dines. It was really great to have you here and learn more about sustainability reporting using machine learning. And really excited about your talk next week. We are going to share a link here so you can join for free. And yeah, thanks again, Dines, for being here, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. And it's coming up, and we'll see you here next week again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.